Hurricane Delta has exploded into a Category 4 storm that's heading for the Gulf Coast. NBC News meteorologist Bill Karins joining me now. Bill, you're back with more hurricane news. This one got strong really fast. Where is it heading along the Gulf Coast, and when do you expect it to hit land?
Yeah, great to see you, Allison. And I think the Tuesday shirt should be mandatory NBC News gear for every Tuesday, every employee. I think that would just go over very well. It would be like the hottest selling item like we'd ever have. All right, yeah, we'll give you the patent rights, too. All right, so let's get into this. Now, it's unbelievable that we're on our 25th named storm of the season. And it's not just that we've had 25 named storms. You know, sometimes they're out in the Atlantic and they're, harmful and kind of floating around, only bothering the shipping lanes. But all of the ones that are going to go in red here have made landfall in the U.S. So it's just been like one after another. We've had 9 landfalls on the U.S. mainland, and Delta will eventually be our 10th. So let's get into this storm. And as Allison mentioned, it rapidly intensified. The warmest water on almost the entire planet is located in the Western Caribbean, just off the coast of Mexico and south of Cuba. And this is where this time of year storms can blow up in a hurry. This one has done exactly that. Now a Category 4 major hurricane, still moving pretty quickly. It's a small, compact storm. The small storms can get really intense quickly, but they can also weaken quickly. But unfortunately, there's nothing to stop it really from getting, any weaker by the time it gets to our friends in Cozumel and Cancun. That red line is what they estimate to be the center of the storm. Remember, you don't want to be on the right side of that red line, and you can clearly see that Cancun is likely to go through the right quadrant of a major Category 4, potentially even Category 5 landfall tomorrow morning. There's parts of Cancun that will never look the same if you're dealing with a storm like this. They've done it before with storms like Wilma in 2005, and it took 3 years for tourism to come back. So, you got COVID and now this. Just devastating for all those people. And they've actually kicked out all of the tourists, too. They've told everybody, all the hotel district there, if you've ever been to Cancun, they're putting people on buses and they're sending them inland. They don't even want the hurricane and storm chasers there out on the barrier portions, the barrier island. So now let's talk about after Cancun, as it heads towards the United States. Now, don't be fooled by that Category 1 symbol there by the end in New Orleans, 80-mile-per-hour winds. It will still likely make landfall as a Category 3 or a Category 2. The water's a little bit cooler just south of Louisiana than it is down in the Caribbean, and we're hoping that that'll weaken the storm, but probably not in time to save us from another destructive hurricane in Louisiana. Lake Charles is in the cone, unfortunately. New Orleans is still in the cone, along with our friends in Mobile. Notice that Houston is not as of right now. So how about all our squiggly computer lines? These are all of our computer models that the Hurricane Center looks at, and they have excellent agreement. The average 3-day forecast error is 110 miles from where the forecast position normally is. Almost all of these lines are in the central portions of Louisiana. It can shift. We still have a couple days to go. But if you're in the New Iberia area, down towards the coast, Morgan City, now is the time to make your preparations because you could possibly be asked to evacuate in the days ahead. Notice that this would put Baton Rouge, too, in some high gusty winds. And New Orleans would be on that right soaking wet and also windy side of the storm. And here's that water temperature graphic I was mentioning. Near where the storm's going to go, the water's 83 degrees, but towards the northern Gulf Coast, it's about 77 to 79. Allison, the rule of thumb with hurricanes is typically you need 80-degree water for them to intensify. And then my final graphic, with all storms, we're going to get a ton of rain, Allison. It looks like a washout, rainy weekend with flooding all through Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, and Tennessee. Can you believe we're doing this again? It's just, this is Delta. Yeah. Oh, well.
No, Bill, usually, Bill, I'm blown away when you're showing us exactly the path of the storm, what the hurricane looks like. That list of names is what got me this time. How many storms we've dealt with. I look forward to a day when you can just come on and we could chat about sunny skies, good weather, happy things.
Yeah, in 2005, we made it to the 5th name, Alpha, Beta, Gamma, Delta, Epsilon. We've never had an Eta, so we're not that far away from getting to the record for the most named storms ever in a hurricane season. Unfortunately, the season doesn't end until the last day of November.
Hey, NBC News viewers, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.